Hi, I'm Euan, and to my left is Henry. We're reporting from Caister Grammar School. I'm here to report the current matters of the Greek financial crisis.
Greece have recently been hitting the headlines from their problems ranging from economical to financial. These problems were brought largely on by the previous government Greece was ruled by.
Greece exceeded their budget by spending much of it on the education and the public health care of its people. It was also spent on the rising public sector wages. On top of this, they spent millions on the 2004 Olympics. This picked up large debts for Greece, resulting in serious financial crisis.
Debt levels eventually reached the point where the country was no longer able to pay back what they owed. This was when it turned to its European partners. The country is surviving on loans from the IMF and the EU. As well as this, many Eurozone leaders have agreed to cut Greece's debt by 40 billion euros on top of 44 billion euros in bailout money. The Greek finance manager, George Papandreou, who inherited much of the financial burden when he became financial manager last year, has already scrapped most of his pre-election promises and must introduce harsh and unpopular spending cuts.
There is much debate to whether Greece should leave the EU.
But if they stayed in the EU, they'd have many strong allies such as the UK or Germany, and many of the EU countries give them loans.
We wanted to find out more, so we spoke to some students from St. Lawrence College, Koropi in Greece. I'm sorry for asking this question, and it may cause some upset, but do you know anyone that are homeless due to this crisis?
No, unfortunately,
no. I mean, I know that my neighbors that live across the street from me, so he was an engineer, and he used to be paid, I think it was about 900 euros a month, which isn't an especially high pay, but it was fine for him. And then when the crisis hit, his company told him that he was going to be paid like 500 euros instead of 900, which is an incredibly small amount. And he lives, and there's a family, there's like 2 kids, and the grandparents live with them. So he quit because he figured, I'm going to be working at a loss. And then he couldn't get a job again for like 5.5 more years. He's only recently got a job, and even now it's not much more than what they had offered him back then, but it just came to the point where he had to get a job.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. The Greek Prime Minister, do you think he has
sold out already?
Okay, some of his promises he couldn't really give, like
well,
some of them.
The problem is
but that's
a lot of
not every politician can do everything.
No, but it's not natural because the thing is, Tsipras made a lot of really big promises that were really difficult to keep, and the problem was that he expected the other countries to cooperate when Greece had no upper hand of any sort, so there wasn't really any room for negotiating.
Thank you very much, it's really helpful.
So, as we can see, this will be a story to follow in the future. The situation is still difficult.
This is Euan and Henry reporting from Caister Grammar School.